I'm getting some of my food prep done today. Been chopping up veggies for salads. Here's my list of things that I would like to get done. I've already got started. I want to make a big batch of waffle mix like I've shown you. I have a video on that, which I will link above. I made German pancakes. I'll show you those over in a second. You need to go out so bad. You couldn't wait until I was finished my video. All right, fine. And boiled eggs I did this morning. I got those all boiled and peeled and they're in the fridge ready to go. To do the 2 loaves of bread, make them into PB&J sandwiches for the freezer. Salad veggie prep, that's what I'm working on now. I have some turkey in the fridge that needs to be used up. I was thinking maybe turkey potato soup. Probably won't get to that today, maybe tomorrow. And then I have those pork loins that I got yesterday that I showed you in my grocery haul. I got 11 of them and I put a bunch in the freezer, but I stuck 3 in the fridge so that I could chop those up and get them into roasts and stew meat and pork chops and get those frozen that way, so it'll be easy to pull out and use when I need them. So my veggies are going well. I got my radishes cut, cilantro chopped up, gonna chop up some parsley. I got a Napa cabbage cut up. I still need to cut up my kale, and I got a pepper to chop up for salad. Then over here I've got the last of my German pancakes going. There's a batch in the oven right now that are almost done. And then here in the fridge, these are all of my boiled eggs that are all ready, and the pork loins that I need to work on, which I probably won't get to till tomorrow. Day now, and I have been getting some work done this morning while the girls did their schoolwork, and while I was helping them at the table, I got all of the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches put together. Some potatoes cooked in my Instant Pot. I just had quite a few that needed to be cooked before they got green, and so I threw them in the Instant Pot and just baked them, just, you know, on the steam setting. And they're cooled off in there now. I need to pull them out and get them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the fridge. And now I am just about to start working on the pork loins. If you watched my grocery haul from the other day, you know I got 11 of them and I put 8 of them in the freezer whole. They're in like a vacuum sealed container, so that's the best for keeping them for long term. But I left 3 out, and I'm going to be breaking those down. I'm going to do a couple roasts and some pork chops, and then the rest just cut up as stew meat and get that all in the freezer ready to go. I'm going to try my best to freeze everything into like a round shape that'll fit in my Instant Pot, so that I have the option to just throw it in the Instant Pot frozen if I want to. I don't always do that, but it's nice to have that option if I want to. So I'm gonna, try to keep everything in a round shape as I put it into the Ziploc bags. And yeah, so here we go with breaking down the pork loins. I actually ended up cutting into one of my pork loins yesterday. I needed to make dinner, and I decided to do pork loin in the Instant Pot with some potatoes, and it turned out great. I took my pork loin and just cut off the two ends, and I had about 5 pounds total, and cooked all that in my 8-quart Instant Pot with potatoes on top, and it turned out great. So I just have a little bit of this third one, and I'm gonna slice this one real quick into pork chops, and then I will get into these big ones over here. I wanted to show you real quick that on the back of the package here, they have a breakdown of the different pieces you can get from the whole pork loin. There's the boneless sirloin roast, that's the kind of thicker end, and then loin chops here in the middle, and then boneless pork rib roast on this side. So I already cut off the boneless sirloin roast, and then I'm going to cut off the pork rib roast off of this one I'm working on here, and then do the rest into chops. And then this second one over here, I'll probably just cut into stew meat, I guess. So everything is all cut, and I counted out my pork chops before I finished up my stew meat because I wanted to make sure I had a good number of pork chops for each bag. I'm doing 10 per bag, and so I'll get 2 bags of those. I'm gonna put these pork roasts, I'm gonna put them in the same bag because I'll be cooking them together, I'm pretty sure. And then I'm gonna weigh my stew meat and see how many quart-sized bags I can get. I like to do at least a pound and a half to 2 pounds for each bag, because that's about how much I use for any individual stew. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these bagged up. Here's what I ended up with. I got 4 bags of the pork stew meat. Each bag is almost 2 pounds, so that's perfect for a stew for us. I have my 2 pork roasts in this bag. Each of these are about 2.5 to 3 pounds each. And then I have 2 bags of pork chops, 10 pork chops in each bag. And you can see I kind of tried to put them in a circle shape, kind of kept the corners clear so that if I need to, I can just pop them right out of the bag and throw them into my Instant Pot. So I got the pork loin all done, and that's in the freezer. I am planning on doing the waffle mix tomorrow morning. I like to do a batch, do all of my waffle mix and then cook a big batch of waffles at the same time. So I will do that for breakfast tomorrow. But besides that, I got everything else done. The turkey breast that was in the fridge ended up going bad before I got to it, which is why I cut into the pork loin early and did that for dinner last night instead of the turkey soup. So I have gotten almost all of my food prep done, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave this video here. So that's my food prep for this week. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen. I am excited to get this food prep done because we are about to get started on our big truffle making extravaganza. It's a tradition we do every year. We make lots and lots of chocolate truffles to give out for Christmas gifts, and it takes a week or two all together because I can't just do all of it at once. I have to kind of break it down into bite-sized pieces. No pun intended. And so we are going to get started on that pretty soon. So having a bunch of food ready in the freezer and in the fridge all prepped will make it so much nicer. And definitely look for some videos on us making our truffles. And then also I have a full tutorial on it that my daughter Autumn did last year. She did the voiceover for it because I had just had a cold and I had absolutely no voice. So she did a fantastic job. Definitely check that video out, and we will be back again soon. Bye guys.